Listen, my children, and you shall hear of the many rides of Spotted Deer and Spotted Bear is here with us today. Go put it in there. There we go. You're watching On Second Thought, who got this award. I like to let you all know here at Santa Maria that my show also airs in TV Santa Barbara on a different channel, on a different cable network. But we're here live in the studio. I'm William Wagener, taking off my hat, thanking you all for tuning in today. With me here is JoANN Spotted BEAR. Welcome, JoANN.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on your show.
I praised the great spirit in the sky for making sure you got through Los Angeles traffic and got up here to Santa Barbara County, where we are live. What is happening with the Lakota tribe?
Actually, the Dakota, we're known as the Great Teton Nation, and water of life is in jeopardy. And the Lakota people, not just the Lakota, but indigenous nation of the land at whole, has come together to protect the land and the water and the future generation, so that all of our people may live. This is not just an Indian problem. This is a human problem. And our people has always come together when we feel that the Mother Earth or the water is in harm's way, and we protect it to make sure that the future may always have the way of life as we enjoy it today.
That seems like an admirable goal. And there's a little tiny piece of me, about 1/64th, is Algonquin Indian, is saying, rah, rah for the Indians, let them prevail. But the majority of me says this is just common sense. Anybody that destroys their environment that they need to live in is not going to see their children flourish. They're going to see their children. And then I think back, Wounded Knee and a guy named Leonard. Did Leonard ever get out justice? Did he ever get out of prison?
No.
I remember Russell Means stopped by at my home that I have in Utah, and I was quite amazed at Russell Means, who was the voice of Pocahontas' father in that Disney film. That voice was Russell Means. And he's been on several films. Russell Means stopped, and I was so impressed. He didn't go to see the mayor. He came to see me, and he said, you know, William, I'm really troubled. I've tried all I can all my life to try to make this a better world. In spite of the fact he had several failed marriages, which is a different issue, but he tried. And his mother had named him Brave Eagle. His Indian name was Brave Eagle. And he used Russell Means for whatever reason.
Well, I'd like to say something really important. Relatives, if you give me a minute to say what I need to say. Relatives, I'm going to introduce myself the way it's meant to be said. First off, Tokaya Tunkashila Wupla Waku, Lemiacha Matomi Hemie, Chunkbe Opiomatiwa. My dear relatives, before we say anything, my Lakota name is Bear Woman. My English name is JoANN Spotted BEAR, and I do come from Wounded Knee. I am an actual descendant of the Little Bighorn, the Wounded Knee Massacre, World War I, World War II. 1973, during the Wounded Knee occupation, which is also known as the American Indian Movement, ran by Russell Means. I am a survivor. 2014, I challenged the United States government, where I was fired the United States government at the United Nations level. What we're talking about here in short lame terms is that United States, there was some things that was supposed to happen. And I'm going to explain to you exactly what Russell Means and what we're talking about here today. In 1973, Russell Means, he came over to my home, to my grandma's home and my dad's home and my home.
In Farmington?
No, in Wounded Knee.
Oh, in Wounded Knee?
Yes. My grandma, she told Russell Means 3 things. She said, lecha, le'e, this. Daku he yuchinki lecha umpelo. It's here. In this paper, it's here. Your answer's here. She said, Ashchi daku hecha yuchinki gakia hecha painrich hechum. She said, what you want here is going to be in Pine Ridge. She said, everybody here in Wounded Knee, they're already dead. They're already gone. She said, Ashchi, daku hecha, yuchinki, daku hecha, nye yuchinki, ga kya hecha kichuo. In other words, if you want to be rich and famous, go to Hollywood.
And he did.
And he did.
Russell did.
And he used Wounded Knee to do it.
He didn't become rich, but he became famous.
Yes. So what I did.
Man, I don't speak that tribe's Lakota. I don't speak Lakota.
No, that's why it was translating.
Thank you.
So what we did is I got a friend of mine. His name is David Buse. And the last 10 years, we were practicing law together. And what we realized between Russell Means and the American Indian movement versus what I'm doing today is that in 1933, the United States went bankrupt. Never ratified, never dialogued, never notified North or South America, gave up their sovereignty and became a for-profit corporation under 28 USC 3002. And the for-profit corporation versus the sovereign that they gave up their treaty rights as well.
Really?
Yes, because you're now a for-profit. Treaty, you have to have land, minerals, water rights. You have to own it.
But the corporate United States that they created in bankruptcy is really a fiction.
Yes, it is.
And we're living with a fiction. Just like people are living with this fiction, in a few days, they think it'll make a difference whether Donald Trump becomes the Pontius in the White House or Hillary Clinton becomes the Pontius in the White House. That's a fiction. They really aren't going to change anything because they're not really running anything, and neither is Congress, because they abdicated their authority in 1933.
Yes,
and created this corporate fiction of the
black
quote,
ink on white paper.
Black ink on white paper, all capital United States of America. So
and
it's them that is making war on the whole world, as well as breaking the treaties with the Lakota and many other tribes.
No, it's not just tribes, it's people around the world. Yes.
They're breaking the treaties with everybody. But the sovereign United States, the organic United States, is basically comatose. It's in a state of suspended animation, and I think it has been since 1871. It's just taken so long for things to get so bad that even if you're not Lakota, even if you're not Chippewa, you're not Algonquin, you can see what's going wrong. If you're German, Hispanic, or whatever, you can see what's being done here is wrong. It's just wrong.
Yes, and you're right. If you look on the computer right here, there's two constitutions. This here, we'll bring it in. That's the original Constitution, 1789. And that's the original Constitution. If you've noticed the flag, there has the circle. And then the flag of the Little Bighorn has the circle with the 4 stars on each side, and it's divided in the center.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, and the second Constitution, 1871, is corporate, the one that was never signed. So we always go back to the first Constitution, the original 1789. But now there's a third Constitution where in 1933, when Roosevelt handed everything to the United Nations and world bankers, 12 years before the actual Geneva, Switzerland, UN was built, the building was built.
I don't think they gave it to the United